Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today let's talk about why it's important to embrace pain and suffering. So here's the thing. When you're grinding, when you're working, when you're by yourself, when you're uh, focused on yourself, you're focused on where you're going, self-improvement, money, etc. It's easy during the process to fall off the path, to be lazy, to be addictive, to be cynical, to be nihilistic, to be, or just to have like negative thoughts, to be like, oh, is it all worth it? Is this all this work gonna pay off? And it's easy to question yourself at times. You can sit there and be working like crazy for days and months and years, and it may not look like you're improving, but you have to realize that it's a multi-year process. It's a multi-year phase. And, there may be things you want to do. There may be people you want to meet, or certain skills you want to build, or friendships, or whatever you want to do. But you have to realize that life works in cycles. And so you have to look at your situation right now, whether you're in a grind season or whatever, look at it like a cycle. And that cycle is going to eventually pass, but you have to embrace where you're at. You can't try to bypass the season and go into the next season. You have to embrace where you're at and continue to move throughout the season. So, I'm working this is probably my 14th day in a row at work, right? And trust me, on the weekend, there's days I want to go out and I want to hang out with friends, or I want to go to the club, or I want to do certain things. But if my supervisor asks me to work overtime, I'm taking the money 100% every time over the club, over hanging out with people. 100%. And I realize that if I continue to stack my bread, get to the money, and invest it, eventually my weekends will be free. And I'll be able to go to the club if I want, or hang out with my friends, or do something that I want to do. But I realize that that time is not here yet. And I realize that, it kind of sucks at times, but I embrace it because I realize that this too shall pass. And I want you guys to really embody that mantra, that this too shall pass, because it will end eventually. We're all going to die eventually. Life cycles never last forever. So if you're in a grind season, embrace it, because it's not going to be here forever. I'm not going to be 22 forever, right? So I embrace where I'm at. I continue to do what I need to do. And, all the hedonistic wants, or the things I want to do that, are going to come in the future, I set them aside, because I realize that I can't do everything at once, right? I can't go to the club, learn firearms training, learn MMA, do public speaking, fast for days on end, and work 12-hour days all in one little cycle. I can't do all of that. That has to happen in phases, right? So you have to embrace where you're at and do what you're supposed to do in the moment, right? Right now, my life is pretty much just work out, get some sunshine, make videos. That's it. I don't hang out with friends too much. I don't go out. I understand, and I'm not saying I don't want to do these things, obviously, but you got to think about it, right? If you're not making a good amount of money, and you're spending the money you do have on weed or alcohol, or buying girls drinks, or dates, or flowers, or birthday presents, or going out to the movies, or going out wherever, you're not going to be able to build your foundation for life with that sort of lifestyle. You're going, everybody I know, every successful person I've seen, on the internet or met in person has put those things to the side. And it's true, because if you're trying to save money, but you're spending $200 a week on weed, well, you have a losing formula. Or you're spending it on alcohol or shoes or clothes or whatever. You have a losing formula. And the goal in life is to win, not lose. So if you're doing that, you're not embracing the struggle. You have to learn to go without, to sacrifice those things after, or you have to learn to just leave those things to the side for some time. You can't sit there and pursue hedonistic wants at the same time as like work and grind. You can't. You have to do things in cycles, right? So let's really focus on embracing the loneliness, the pain, the suffering. I talked about this in another video, but I think it's very important because it's, like I said, it's very easy to question yourself, to be nihilistic, to just wonder what it's all for. And at the end of the day, if you don't have a clear vision, if you don't have a clear path that you know you're going down, you're gonna get lost and you're going to fall off the track and start going to the club, start playing video games, start drinking, start just spending money on stupid shit, right? And you can't do that. You absolutely cannot. You can't afford to do that. You have to invest your money. You have to save your money. Save, invest, repeat, right? Work out, repeat, save, invest, go to the gym, repeat, work out, save, invest, repeat, right? You have to think in those sort of linear terms, right? Success is it's very simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. It's like you do the same things every day. You continue to improve, right? I make these videos every day. I improve. I work. I get more money. I improve. I work out. I put on more muscle. I lose fat. That's improvement, right? That's what life is about. And people always ask me, why do you work so much? Why are you always working so much overtime? Why don't you just take the day off from the gym? Why don't you just hang around and watch some football or watch whatever? And I'm just like, man, it's weird. Henry Ford said that there is great joy in work. And there's some truth to that. When I'm working, I feel like I'm being productive, and there's a sense of joy because I understand that what I'm doing right now is going to propel me into a greater future and a better lifestyle. But when I'm sitting at home and I'm so-called having fun playing video games or socializing or watching movies or TV or drinking or doing whatever, I'm thinking to myself in the back of my head, sure, it may be pleasurable in the moment, but I'm thinking to myself, this isn't doing anything for me. It's not propelling me into a greater future. What am I doing? And there's this sense of questioning, why am I doing this? It's not doing anything for me. And that kind of ruins the fun to an extent. But when I'm working, it's I'm actually getting to it. This is the work. I'm putting in the work and it feels good, right? It feels good to know that you're doing what's required, right? So embrace the loneliness, embrace the sacrifice. That's the key here. Embrace having to go without, having to not go to the club, having to not hang out with people or enjoy family time or do whatever, right? Put those things to the side, and people will think you're crazy, you know? It's difficult because at times, when I'm at work on the weekends and I see a beautiful couple, or I see these girls come in and I know they're gonna go to the club, and I'm just like, I wish it could be me. But I think to myself after, and I'm like, you know what? That will be me, you know? I just have to put the work in. As men, we always get the last laugh. I'm 22 and I'm doing well. I'm doing well for myself so far. I know by the time I'm 26, 27, 28, 30, that my life is going to be extraordinary. But I have to embrace the season that I'm in, right? This is part of the cycle. I can't fast forward. I have to go through the process. And whatever is required, I have to do. And I'm going to do it. So That's just what it is, guys. You have to learn to go without. You have to learn to go without. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. If you have any questions, comments, leave them down below. As always, I hope you guys have a good one. Peace.